Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards, and we're diving back into 2025 Topps Heritage. So, originally, we did one video on this. I think I only opened 2 blasters then as well. I could be wrong, two or three. And I was very impressed with the product. And ever since then, I've been unable to locate it. But once again, as I said, if you caught my previous video with the Topps Chrome, I was hanging out at my local Barnes & Noble, and they had a couple of blasters. So I thought, what the heck? We'll use my 10% and get them for like 22 bucks each, which really not bad. And let's see if we can get anything fun. Like I said, I really enjoyed the release this year. I'm going to see if this changes my review at all, but I really don't think it will. I think this will just be another fun opening. It's just not, they've kind of spiced it up, is the way that I feel, you know, and I know there's a lot of kind of traditionalists and stuff out there that hate what they've done to Heritage, but, I mean, let's be honest, Topps Fanatics is always going to do whatever they can to appeal to the most people, so that they're going to make a whole bunch of money. So rather than keep this just a set builder's dream, you know, they've gone ahead and made the Chrome cards easier to find, and the parallels are a little easier to find, and all that kind of stuff. They've thrown in a bunch more parallels, so I gotta say, they ended up getting me this year, at least. I really like it and wish I had bought a lot more of it. Certainly wish that I had bought some of the mega boxes as well, but got 2 more here. Let's see if maybe we can get lucky, get a hot box. And if not, who knows? Maybe we can pull an auto, pull something fun. But one thing with Heritage, you get a whole bunch of cards and a whole bunch of packs. So what is it, 64 cards per box. So it's always nice. We'll have 128 cards by the time we're done. Obviously, give or take if there's a relic or something, which we might have pulled. Man, I'm really having a hard time remembering that video. But it was definitely a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I can remember Heritage being in the past. And it's got Gunnar on there. I mean, come on. Gunnar. Got my little Gunnar pop recently, so hopefully he'll bring a little bit of luck to this opening. And it'll maybe go a little bit better than our Chrome opening from earlier in the week. As I normally do with Heritage, I'll look for most of the parallels, the high numbers, and things like that afterwards, as opposed to taking forever in the video. But our first green parallel, Spencer Schwellenbach. And you can see... That's what the back of the card looks like. Quite nice, right? I thought it was nice. Like I said, a quite nicely done set. Wow. Tripping over them words. Cedric Mullins, sorry to see him gone. Hopefully he helps the Mets out some, I guess. Ooh, Roberto Clemente. Love this little subset, by the way. The last opening, I ended up getting like a Mickey Mantle. And a couple others. But I love that they went back to the old, used to be Sporting News, obviously, but now they use Topps News, so there's no licensing or anything. But what's really cool is they give you their career stats and when they were elected to the Hall of Fame on the back, which I think is really, really cool. As a guy that takes the time to read that kind of stuff, I was really stoked and would love to get all of that. I consider it a subset, even though it's part of the standard set. But Orlando Arcia, Jonathan Clase, and we have Marcus Semien on the second base. I forget what they call this. 1976. Oh, player icons. That's what it is. So, pretty nice little insert there. And Marcus Semien, I mean, one of the best second basemen in the business. Brooks Baldwin, nice rookie there. And Ryan Weathers. But yeah, if I'm able to get my hands on a Heritage Mega Box, I might have to bring that to you too. There's a couple of other Barnes & Nobles in my area I'm considering going to after seeing some of the, not necessarily backstock, but some older stuff that my local Barnes & Noble had. Josh Hader. We have Yasmani Grandal. Jackson Jobe. There we go. Let's go. One of the top probably 3 to 5 rookies between Series 1, Chrome, etc. Eric Wagaman. Daniel Schneemann. And our Chrome is Lamonte Wade Jr. So like a lot of people say, you know, kind of feel they've kind of cheapened the series a little bit by doing this, because obviously Chromes in the past were all numbered, and these are definitely not numbered, but they still look amazing. Like I said, a Topps Heritage Chrome set by itself, I'd be all for. And George Kirby, one of the members of that amazing Young Mariners staff. And Grant Holmes, man, that is a guy that looks like a complete throwback. Reminds me of, like, you guys remember Rod Beck from back in the 90s? Could be like his son or illegitimate twin or something. All right. Oh, we got our first little sparkle here. Forgot about these. Bradley Blaylock. So once again, not numbered, but I believe are they exclusive to these? Look for exclusive base dark green, which we've seen, and pink sparkle chrome variations. So they are exclusive to the retail boxes, value boxes. First player in MLB history to play on both teams in the same game. Danny Jansen, very cool. Jarren Duran, JT Realmuto, Pablo Lopez, Christopher Morel, and Corey Seager on a really cool card. 1976 R, some kind of insert. You'll have to excuse me, I don't know all the inserts, but that's a really cool looking one. And we got Bradley Blaylock and Giancarlo Stanton, or Big G. So Cole Ragans kicking this pack off. Pulled his auto earlier this year. Dalton Varsho, Seth Brown, Marcus Semien on the All-Star card. Blake Dunn, Yordan Alvarez on the All-Star card. Jose Barrios, Cody Bellinger. Maybe we'll take the green out for now, just to kind of show some of the quote-unquote exclusive stuff. Obviously, the chrome ones are not exclusive, but thought they'd be cool to kind of look at, maybe compare box to box. Our next green is a veteran, Hunter Goodman. Or I guess dark green they're calling it. Yeah, base dark green. Michael King, AL home run leaders, Judge Tony Taters and Juan Soto. Brenton Doyle, Gleyber Torres, Trevor McGill, I think just went on the IL, Alec Burleson, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Jordan Hicks. So no rookies in that pack. Just knocking over the stack here. Dansby Swanson kicking off the next pack. Max Muncy, George Springer, who's absolutely having a great season, definitely even better like last month. Trey Turner on the All-Star. Sean Burke. Christian Yelich is our next chrome. Very cool. And here's the all-time All-Stars. This time, Willie Mays. Say hey, kid. Once again, tells you when he was elected, all the stats. Love it. And Rob Refsnyder. 2 packs to go in the first blaster. We got Big G for our next pink sparkle. Right? Pink, yeah, pink sparkle chrome. Elio Ramos, Lourdes Gurriel, Lane Thomas, Jake Berger, Victor Robles, Alexander Hamilton, apparently a notable Americans. Insert, I guess. Always something weird with Heritage. Not quite as weird as Allen and Ginter, but they do some weird stuff. And Justin Robleski. So rookies are coming a lot slower out of this product than most. We have our NL strikeout leaders from last year. Sale, Cease, and Wheeler. Francisco Lindor. That's right. Now I remember. I got his nickname parallel, Mr. Smile. So that's what made that opening pretty darn cool. Reynaldo Lopez. Kerry Carpenter. Them Tigers, man, they are an awesome team to watch. Tyler Glasnow. My man Mountie. And stolen base leaders. So there we go. Nothing fantastic for this one. Maybe the Joe Brookie probably being the highlight. Other than that, the greens and pink sparkles and stuff. I mean, Schwellenbach's not too bad. Yelich is obviously a nice chrome card. Big G's a nice chrome pink. But nothing that really kind of excites me out of that. So let's see what we can get from the second blaster. Hopefully a little bit more lucky. And we're kicking it off with a pink speckle. Jesus Luzardo. Doing some amazing work for the Phillies this year. We got Muncy, Ramos, Josh Naylor, Polar Bear Pete Alonso, Christian Mena, Joey Cantillo, Griffin Conine, and Randy Arozarena. So a few rookies in that pack. Might be the first time, or at least one of the first times, more than one rookie's come out. Got a chrome in here. Dansby Swanson, Geraldo Perdomo, Sean Manaea, Josh Young. Let's see who this is. Andrew Benintendi on the first chrome. Andrew Thorpe. Definitely not easy to get the big name rookies and stuff in the chromes and stuff. Probably due to the size of the set. There's 500 cards in the set. Pete Fairbanks, Sam Aldeguerri, Luis Angel Acuna. Was one of the better names, but definitely been struggling. Ooh, another all-star, this time Mel Ott. Elected to the Hall of Fame in 1951. Really nice. Oh. I think so far those are all guys that I didn't get previously, at least from what I can remember, so that's nice. And we got Bryce Miller on our first dark green. So it seems like we're probably going to get two of each of those. Porter Hodge, Lake Dakar, maybe? Yosfer Zulueta, man, testing me here. Freddie Peralta, Nico Cavadas. Oh, an auto, big Christmas. Kenzie Noel. That's awesome. Jack Flaherty and Blake Snell. What? That is really cool. Not so sure what he's been up to this year, but, lately, but that's a nice one, and it's on card. Love that. Heritage autos are nice, man, because they're I think they're always on card. Maybe some of the chrome ones aren't. I'm not sure. I feel like all the ones I've ever pulled have been on card, though. So that's a cool one, man. Topps Heritage, real one autograph. Nicely centered and stuff, too. Maybe a little off top to bottom. Left to right, it looks nice, though. Big Christmas himself, Kenzie Noel. Just like that. Don't think we're going to get too much more luck out of this guy, but let's see what the last 4 packs hold. We got Polanco, Hank Aaron. I want to say I have this one. Once again, really cool card. Elected to the Hall of Fame in 1982. Hammer and Hank. Ivan Herrera. Hunter Green. Byron Buxton. And our chrome is Vidal Brujan. I think probably the last. Bob Gibson. I think I have that one too. And Zach Geloff. Oh, for a sec, we had a Jacob Wilson sighting. Jordan Hicks. Ooh, major damage to that, though. Look at that. Luckily, it's not a phenomenal card, but see, look at that. It's just a huge scratch, or not even like a big old indentation. Like you could literally fit my nail in there. That's a shame. Ozzy Albies, Jose Ramirez, Andrew Benintendi, Yandy Diaz, Logan O'Hoppe, Thomas Jefferson. All right, we got another one. Founding father. And Luis Peralta and Edwin Diaz. 2 packs to go. It was also interesting that autograph wasn't turned around or anything. Could have easily overlooked it. Jace Young, there we go. Good rookie to start off. We got Brujan, Thomas Sagassi, Jacob Hurtubise, maybe? Devin Williams. Something very strange about that picture. It looks very like CGI. PCA, Mad Max Scherzer, and Jacques Peterson. And just like that, last pack. See if there's any last pack magic. Once again, pulled the auto, so probably not much else coming out of here. Zach Neto on the dark green. That's right, we were owed a dark green, I guess, so there we go. We have Luis Heel, Will Wagner, Tyler Soderstrom, and Angel Cheville. Something like that, maybe. Ryan Helsley. Joe Morgan, 1976 through the years. Insert. TTY number 1. Cade Smith, and finishing on Brandon Nimmo. So this being the big one, the big pull. Big Christmas. Absolutely love it. Really cool. 6'3", 250. And that's definitely a big dude. So that's really nice. I like that a lot. And also a decent attempt at an auto. Little J and then Noel. Gotta give him credit. At least it's not just a letter or two initials. Not bad. But still a lot of fun. Yeah, if I find more of this, I'm definitely going to bring it because it's just, there's so much stuff to look for. I mean, as you can see, you get about 6 parallels per box. I think that's what we got here too, right? 2, 4, 6. Yep. So 6 parallels per box. You don't get a massive rookie output. I mean, from the 2 boxes, we ended up getting maybe a quarter of the 128 cards, somewhere in that range, are rookies. And obviously you don't get a ton of inserts either, but I would argue that they're not too well known for their inserts. So I'm gonna have to take a look and see what this card is. See if it's anything interesting or just a standard insert. But yeah, other than that, I recommend it if you can still find it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's definitely cheaper and far more cost effective than Topps Chrome for this year. So I certainly hope that it's something that we'll be able to find when it comes to, once you start seeing like the 2025 stuff in the clearance area. I haven't seen any of that yet. It usually takes until you know, like Walmart and stuff like that will start to put it in there. Generally, around the time we see updates, so there's still some time. But Heritage is usually a pretty good one for that. So if that's the case, I'm going to be buying pretty much everything they put there. I like this a lot. But with that said, I'll cool it. I'll get you guys on out of here. I don't want to take up any more of your time. If you could head down below, click the subscribe button, click the like if you've enjoyed this opening or if you've enjoyed any of my videos. We put out videos every Monday and Friday, and would absolutely love to have you along for the ride. Do all kinds of stuff from the old school openings that we're going to get back to these new openings, obviously, of more modern products, to card show pickups, and, you know, anything you can think of kind of in between. Anything that's fun. That's what we try to do, is just have fun here. But we'd love to have you along for the ride. And the last thing I want to say is just thank you. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for spending the time with me. Thank you for, you know, if you comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Double, triple thank you, whatever. It really does mean a lot. And it's, like I said, I've said before, just really, really cool to see. And just thanks for anything you do. If even if you're just a person that I've spent some time talking to at a card show or something, just, you know, thanks for making the day that much better. I truly appreciate it. But with that said, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up, and I'll get you on out of here. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.